Okay, so you're looking to get up to speed fast on something really interesting. Today we're doing a deep dive into Dubrovnik, the pearl of the Adriatic, that gorgeous city down in southern Croatia.
It really is stunning. And we've got some great background material to pull from today.
Yeah, exactly. Our mission here is to really distill the most crucial bits of the history, the must-see sites from all this info. So let's get into it.
Absolutely. I think what's so striking about Dubrovnik is, well, beneath that beauty, there's this deep history of survival and really smart strategy.
Right. It started way back, didn't it? 7th century.
Yeah. As Ragusa, basically founded by refugees fleeing nearby Epidaurus, which the modern capital had. It wasn't, grand from day one.
But it didn't stay small. I mean, fast forward a few centuries, 15th, 16th, and suddenly it's this major maritime power.
A republic, yeah. And seriously rivaling Venice in terms of wealth and influence, which is saying something.
How on earth did they manage that? They were kind of squeezed between giants, weren't they?
They were. And that's the fascinating part. It came down to incredibly savvy diplomacy. They played a very careful game, balancing relationships with the Ottoman Empire on one side, Venice on the other.
So like strategic neutrality, almost. Paying tribute sometimes, making deals.
Exactly. Negotiating, finding ways to maintain their autonomy for centuries. It was quite remarkable, really.
And speaking of remarkable, get this, 1416, they abolished slavery. That seems incredibly early.
It was very progressive for the time. It suggests a society that was maybe quite pragmatic, possibly seeing economic benefits in free labor for their trade-focused republic, alongside any ethical thinking.
Interesting angle. But things changed dramatically, didn't they? There was that earthquake.
Oh, the 1667 earthquake. Yeah, that was devastating. It flattened huge parts of the city.
And that was sort of the beginning of the end for their peak power.
It was a massive blow, yeah. They rebuilt, obviously, in the Baroque style you see today, but they never quite regained that same level of influence and wealth.
Yeah.
And then eventually, Napoleon's armies arrived in the early 19th century, and that marked the end of the Republic of Ragusa.
Still, the fact that so much of that historic character survived through all of that, it's incredible.
It really is. And that preservation effort eventually led to the Old Town becoming a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1979. It's why walking around feels like stepping back in time.
Okay, let's talk about what you experience now. Those city walls, they're iconic, right?
Absolutely essential. Almost 2 kilometers long, completely encircling the Old Town, walking. Oh, the views are just breathtaking.
Over the Adriatic, those red roofs, you have to do it.
You really do. And you see the layers of history in the walls themselves, different periods of construction. Then down below, you've got the Stratton.
Ah, the main street. Plaka, they also call it.
Yes, the Plaka or Stratton. That polished limestone street. It's the spine of the city, full of life, shops, cafes, but you feel the history under your feet.
And the rector's palace, that wasn't just like a fancy house.
No, that was the seat of government. The rector, the head of the republic, lived and worked there. Now it's the Cultural History Museum.
So you can actually go inside and get a sense of how the republic operated.
Exactly. See the council chambers, the rector's private quarters.
Yeah.
It gives you real insight.
And there's the cathedral. It looks quite grand, Baroque style.
It is, rebuilt after the earthquake.
Okay.
But it stands on foundations of much older churches, going back to the 7th century, believe it or not. And inside, there's some significant art, including a painting attributed to Titian.
Wow. Layers upon layers of history.
And if you want a bit of a breather from the city itself.
Lokrum Island.
Yeah, just a short ferry ride. It's lovely, peaceful, green, with botanical gardens, hiking paths, and these atmospheric ruins of an old Benedictine monastery.
Nice little escape. And for the view, the one everyone wants a photo of.
That's got to be from Mount Scree, overlooking the city. You take the cable car up.
The panorama is just unreal, isn't it? City, sea, islands.
It truly is. And up there, in the old Napoleonic fortress, there's also a museum about a much more recent difficult history, the Croatian War of Independence in the 1990s. It adds another layer.
So Dubrovnik really weaves together centuries of history, beauty, resilience. It's all there.
It really is. History isn't just in books there. You walk through it, you feel it.
Absolutely. So thinking about all that history, especially their centuries of, skillful diplomacy, navigating powerful neighbors, it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? In our world today, with all its complexities, what lessons could we maybe take from Dubrovnik's long experience of strategic statecraft? Something to think about.